folks. In this episode, we're going to be talking about septuple meter. That is 7/4 time and 7/8 time. This is a sequel to my previous episode, which is about quintuple meter, 5/4 time and 5/8 time. And like quintuple meter, septuple meter is very unusual in Anglo-American pop and the Western European classical tradition. And it is mainly used as a way for people to sound intellectual or abstract or unsettling or all of the above. Now, there are world cultures where septuple meter is very common, specifically in Eastern Europe, the Balkans, Greece, and Turkey. I know very little about those musics, but I did gather some examples from them that we'll listen to later on. But I'm mainly going to be coming at this from the perspective of an American guy who grew up on rock and R&B. And yeah, that's my main frame of reference. My favorite septuple meter song is Solsbury Hill by Peter Gabriel from 1977.
Climbing up on Solsbury Hill, I could see the city light. Wind was blowing, time stood still. Eagle flew out of the night. He was something to observe. Came in close, I heard a voice, standing, stretching every nerve. I had to listen, had no choice. I did not believe the information, just had to trust imagination.
So this song is about Peter Gabriel agonizing over whether he should quit Genesis, which at the time was becoming really popular and later went on to be one of the biggest bands in the world. His decision to quit was validated because his solo career has been mind-bogglingly great, but you could understand why he was anxious about it. And I don't know whether he chose this groove in 7 to convey anxiety or not. The song is very uplifting, right? I mean, it's all like this super bright major key harmony, and the instrumentation is very kind of bright and cheerful. But yeah, there is this strange groove underneath it that does feel unsettling, at least to an American guy and presumably to a British person. So you would count it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 6, 7, all you Gen Alpha listeners, that's what I said. So very often when an Anglo-American pop musician or rock musician is writing in 7, what they're really just doing is taking 2 bars of 4 and lopping the last beat off the second bar. So here's what Solsbury Hill would sound like in 4/4, and I've just duplicated one of the beats. I don't know if Peter Gabriel came at this rhythm subtractively or whether he came at it additively by like having a 4-beat thing and a 3-beat thing or a 3-beat thing and a 4-beat thing. But yeah, that is definitely how I would hear it. Now, if you go online and look up 7/4 time in rock or pop, the first example everyone always gives you is Money by Pink Floyd.
Money
And, Money, it's a classic. It's on Dark Side of the Moon. Everyone loves Dark Side of the Moon. The production on it is great. I don't think it's much of a song. I think it's like a really awkward groove. I think they're doing this thing that rock musicians do, which is, hey guys, let's do something in 7/4 time. And then it's not natural for them. They haven't spent a lot of time playing in or listening to that meter. And so you can just really hear them counting. Yeah. And so Money, it has this great production. It's got those like cash register sounds going on. But yeah, anyway, here's how you count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Money!
Yeah, this sounds a heck of a lot less smooth and natural than Solsbury Hill, and I am very confident that the way they arrived at this is by having an 8-beat pattern that starts and ends on the same note, and then they're able to just chop off the last note, just elide it by having it just start over on the last beat. So here's how I'm imagining the sort of, quote, original, unquote, version of it sounding. Now, again, maybe I'm being unfair to Pink Floyd in assuming that this is how they derived this, but yeah, that's what I would guess. By the way, you can overlay Solsbury Hill over Money, and it sounds pretty good. If you look up 7/4 time in jazz, the first reference you always get is Unsquare Dance by Dave Brubeck. So this is a lot faster, and I would probably call it 7/8 rather than 7/4. So you count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They released this as a standalone single in 1961, and it was a very transparent attempt to ride the wave of Take 5, which had come out 2 years earlier, but didn't really start picking up steam until 1961. And suddenly in 1961, it was this gigantic smash hit. And so they're like, oh, I guess what people like is us playing in odd time signatures, so let's write this tune in 7. And yeah, it didn't quite have the cultural footprint that Take 5 does, but whatever, nice groove. Also, when you look up 7/4 time on Wikipedia and elsewhere, people always talk about All You Need Is Love by the Beatles.
There's nothing you can do that can't be done. Nothing you can sing that can't be sung. Nothing you can say, but you can learn how to play the game. It's easy. Nothing you can make that can't be made. No one you can save that can't be saved. Nothing you can do, but you can learn how to be you in time. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love.
This does have some 7/4 time in it, I mean, I guess you could count the verses like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Nothing you can make that can't be made.
However, that to me is not the natural way to count this. I mean, so yeah, I guess you could think of this as 2 bars of 7, 2 bars of 4, and a bar of 7. That is not how I hear it, and I'm pretty sure that's not how John Lennon was feeling it. I'm pretty sure what he's doing is thinking of the whole thing in 4 and just dropping beats out of some measures. So you're inserting these bars of 3. So I'm hearing it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1,
Nothing you can say that can't be done.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2,
Nothing you can say, but you
3,
can learn how to play
1,
the
2,
game.
3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.
Nothing you can make that can't be made.
I don't know what was in John Lennon's head, but that sounds a little bit more plausible to me. So another tune that is a favorite of mine that uses some occasional odd bars that you might interpret as 7 is Uncle John's Band by the Grateful Dead. And the Grateful Dead love odd time signatures, boy.
Well, the first days are the hardest days, don't you worry anymore. 'Cause when life looks like easy street, there is danger at your door. Think this through with me. Let me know your mind.
Uncle John's Band is mostly in 4, but it does have these odd bars in the verse. So you could count these phrases like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or you could count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Then later in this song, there's this instrumental section, which is really in 7.
To take his children home.
You could count this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. However, I actually hear it as a bar of 4 and 2 bars of 3/8, like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Either way, extremely cool groove. Really, really love Uncle John's Band. An author named Ulf Olsson wrote a book about the Grateful Dead called Listening for the Secret, The Grateful Dead and the Politics of Improvisation. And in that book, he coins this term, the trap door, where there's a part of the song that in live performance is deliberately intended to just be a gateway into open-ended improvisation. It's pretty clearly this 7/8 or 4+3+3 section. It's markedly different from the rest of the song. It's in D minor rather than G major, and it has this odd meter. And in live performance, that's the part where the band goes off into either a lengthy improvisation or another song entirely. And they might return to the end of Uncle John's Band after the jam or later in the set or the next show or never. Yeah. So the Dead also have several tunes that are in 7/4 throughout. My favorite of those is Estimated Profit from 1977.
Voices say and they tell me where to go. Don't worry.
In live performances, Bob Weir counts off estimated profit in 7, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you could definitely count the verses that way. However, that intro groove, I'm hearing it quite differently. I'm hearing it as 3 bars of 4 and a bar of 2, adding up to 14. So yeah, I'm hearing it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2.
My time coming any day.
But, I'm hearing it wrong, like Bobby counts it in 7, and that's how he's feeling it. So, and then the verses split up pretty neatly into a bar of 4 and a bar of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3.
Rainbows in down that highway.
And most rock songs that are in 7 are really alternating bars of 4 and bars of 3. From a very different stylistic corner of my listening life, here's a band called Cordelia's Dad, fronted by the great Tim Erickson. Tim is an ethnomusicologist who has studied Hindustani classical and various Eastern European styles, and a lot of his original music has pretty clear influences from those musics. So here is Cordelia's Dad's song, Brother Judson.
Judson's got the horrors again. He stands staring. Brother Judson's got the horrors again. He stands staring. Will he be alright?
And so this is pretty clearly using 7 to be unsettling and odd. Like in shows, Tim has joked, this is a great song to dance to if you have 3 legs. And, it's got this very dissonant, chromatic, sort of Phrygian feeling harmony to it that contributes to the unease and obviously the subject matter of the song. 7 is extremely unusual in electronic music and dance music, but every once in a while some weirdo tries to do it. So here's Venetian Snares, and this tune is in Hungarian, and I don't really know how to pronounce Hungarian. I think it's Szamár Madár, and so that translates in Hungarian literally to jackass bird. This track uses the amen break, and it's got this lovely sample of Elgar's cello concerto and various other classical pieces elsewhere in the track. Yeah, it's pretty cool, but it's definitely strange. I'm hearing this as actually kind of the same as the intro to Estimated Profit, just a lot faster. I'm hearing it as 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2. So 3 bars of 4 and a bar of 2 adding up to 14, which you could think of as 2 bars of 7/8, but yeah, that is how I'm counting it. And I will bet you that when putting the track together, what the guy was doing was taking 4/8 notes, 4/8 notes, 4/8 notes, 2/8 notes of the amen break or whatever other break beats there are in here. But I don't know. So that's like a sampling of Americans and Brits and Canadians. Venetian Snares is Canadian, doing 7/4 time. But what about the people for whom this isn't just like a weird exotic sound? It's one of the kind of core folkloric sounds. I didn't do like a very scientific survey of Eastern Europe and Greece and Turkey. I just went on some Reddit threads where people were recommending stuff from this part of the world and listened to things and picked some ones that I just think sound cool. So first from Greece, this is Eleni Prodana, and the tune is called Milo mu Kokkino. And man, I just apologize for my pronunciation of all of this stuff. This is a folk song, and I hear it as being in 7/8, and I would count it like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. However, that is probably not the way these musicians are feeling it. I've read and have been told that you don't really count individual even subdivisions in this music. Instead, you think in terms of like long and short pulses. And that is going to be extremely clear when we listen to this next example. So this is a band called Gothart, and the tune is Jovano Jovanke.
Jovano Jovanke, kraj Vardarot sediš, mori belo platno beliš, se na gore gledaš dušo, srce moje Jovano. Kraj Vardarot sediš, mori belo platno beliš, se na gore gledaš dušo, srce moje Jovano.
This band is from the Czech Republic, but the tune is a traditional one from Macedonia or Bulgaria. I've seen it described as coming from both places. And okay, so the tune's in 7/8. And you could count it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. However, that doesn't line up with the rhythms that these guys are actually playing. What these guys are playing is short, short, long, 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 short, short, long. That is a much more accurate description of the sound of this groove and probably more what they were thinking. Counted that way, it feels more like an uneven waltz, right? And yeah, this is just a very different concept of meter than we have in the West. And it's something that I'm very interested in and know hardly anything about. But yeah, I just think it sounds really good. Here's a Turkish tune. This is a band called Şevval Sam featuring Onay Şahin. And the name of the tune, I think it's Say Elinden Öteye. The first line of lyrics have the title in it pronounced correctly.
Elinden öteye gidelim yali yali gidelim yali yali gidelim yali sırtındaki sepetin ben olayım hamali ben olayım hamali ben olayım ha sırtındaki sepetin ben olayım hamali ben olayım hamali ben olayım ha.
And so this again, I'm counting it 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Sırtındaki sepet.
I don't know what these musicians are hearing, but probably short, short, long, 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 short, short, long.
Sırtındaki sepet.
What a nice groove. And then it's not all like folk and traditional music out there, right? People in these musics like the same kind of rock and hip hop and dance music as everyone else. So here is a hip hop song by Vojko V. Not even going to try to pronounce it. The title is in the episode description. But this guy is Croatian and oh, this is an amazing groove.
Šetam se po kući u boksama I šlapama. Glava mi je čelava, drobina mi dlakava. Pušin mali cvi, da me ne bi sjebalo. Slušam ovaj beat I repam pred ogledalom. Slušaj ritam, 7-8 metrika. Vakav rap nema Evropa ni Amerika. Tafate, ravno iz kajdanke. Šeraš sliku s ditetom, maci odmah hajdam te. Jer sam grinči, ne silazim iz jazbine. Dobija si dite, neću doć na babine. Vojko je gotovina, živim u svom džiru. Pusti me na miru da berem svoje masline. Na desktopu imam svoje vavove. Dođemo u Beograd, idemo na splavove.
Okay, so all that Balkan and Turkish and Greek music is extremely beautiful and cool, and I would love to get deeper into it. But yeah, for a listener like me, 7/4 time basically means prog. It means math rock. It means metal. It means, I'm sad to say, it means foreignness and exoticness and alienness. It means disturbing, surreal, anxiety producing. And there is nobody more surreal or progged out or math rocky or just generally weird than Angine de Poitrine. These two weirdos from Canada in their polka dots and masks. If you haven't seen the viral performance from KEXP, I got a link to it in the episode description. It's just delightful, but also very challenging rhythmically. Very, very challenging. So here is their tune Fabienk. Okay, what the heck even is this meter? Does it help to hear it with drums? Not really. Okay, but then like the drums start doing a more regular beat. Oh, okay, so I guess you could count this as a very fast 7, like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But like the accents don't fall on the downbeats if you count it that way. I mean, you could really think of it as long bars of 28, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I can't even do it. I can't do it. I can't count to 28. By the way, I did not untangle this myself. The composer David Bruce did a really excellent analysis of it on his YouTube, and I got a link to it in the episode description. Later in the track, they do settle into more of a disco-y feel, and you can hear what's going on a lot more clearly. I mean, if something in 7 or 28 could be understood to be disco. I don't know, would it help you to hear this with something more familiar overlaid on it, like the bass line from Money? Perhaps it would help you to hear it with the Solsbury Hill groove on top of it. Or, I don't know, maybe something more folkloric, like the drum beat from the intro to Milo mu Kokkino by Eleni Prodana. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea how these weirdos are like able to feel this. Maybe they just set themselves this kind of metrical obstacle course to run, and then they just practiced a lot until they can just do it. And like, would I call this like natural? I mean, they play it so smoothly, confidently, and effortlessly that it sounds kind of natural, but it also sounds deliberately unnatural. One of the things that makes this groove so freaking hard to follow along with is that like that first guitar riff is not on the strong beats at all. Like it's not on the downbeat. It's like before and after the downbeat. I don't know, maybe the dude like programmed it and then just spent a lot of time with the click learning it, or they both did. Or I don't know, maybe, you know, they're both just much better musicians than me and can just feel this stuff, which is completely possible. Yeah, I really don't know. And do I enjoy this music? I mean, yeah, of course I do. It's really fun. I mean, especially once you bring in like the costumes and, you know, the whole like mystery of it. Yeah, it's a pretty fun package. But I do also find it to be effortful. You know, it doesn't quite have that immediacy of Peter Gabriel's Solsbury Hill, but that's not what they're going for, right? If they wanted to write songs like Peter Gabriel, I'm sure they could. So, yeah. 7/4 time, there you have it. Very strange, very difficult to play. I mean, very difficult for an American to play. I'm sure it's not difficult at all if you grew up in Macedonia or Bulgaria. I guess the last thing I want to talk about is, as I was researching this episode, I found this article, The Closest Thing to Crazy, The Shocking Scarcity of Septuple Time in Western Music by Andrew James Gustar. Andrew James Gustar begins by saying it's really extraordinary how little septuple meter there is in Western music, especially Western art music from the Common Practice era. You can go through hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of compositions by Bach, Beethoven, Brahms, you know, Mozart, Haydn, all those people, and they will write nothing in septuple time, nothing. Every once in a while, somebody might use an odd bar here and there, but like, yeah, they just don't do it. Now, starting in the later 19th century, people start doing it, like there's just more odd meter generally. And then in the 20th century, people start doing it like on purpose in order to sound weird or to evoke the music of other cultures. But yeah, it's just really, really rare. And so Andrew James Gustar has a couple of theories as to why this might be. One idea is just that like odd meter is more difficult than even meter. That, you know, keeping track of uneven beat lengths or uneven groupings is more cognitively demanding than just 2 or 3 or 4. And 7 in particular, that's like a pretty large grouping. Like that's coming up against the limits of our short-term memory. Now, in some cultures, the fact of it being kind of a challenging and cognitively demanding rhythmic feel is desirable. Like you want the rhythm to be fully engaging and complex. And so in the world cultures where they tend to use these meters, the music is more linear, right? It's like a single monophonic melody, you know, maybe with a bass line underneath it, maybe with a repeated chord progression, but there's not a lot of elaborate harmony. Harmony is not like the important expressive dimension of the music. Melody and rhythm are. Whereas Western Europeans tended to want to like stack up these complex counterpoints and these increasingly complex harmonies. And if you also have a complex meter, that's too much, right? So yeah, Eastern Europe decided to go for this kind of linear, horizontal, rhythmic complexity, and Western Europe decided to go for this vertical, contrapuntal, complex harmony and simple rhythms. And I think that's pretty plausible. And Gustar also points to Western music notation as just being unfriendly to odd meter. Like it's really a pain to write odd meters in Western notation. And boy, that is certainly true. Yeah. And so then 7 gets to be rare in Western Europe. And then that becomes this like self-perpetuating thing where they've done studies on infants because infant music cognition is actually like pretty complete very, very early in life. As early as 6 months, which is the youngest that it's even possible to test to see how a baby is reacting to things, because before 6 months, they're just kind of lying there and you don't really know what they're thinking. But what you can do is you can look for like surprise. If the baby is just hearing like a regular groove, then the baby just kind of lies there. But if they hear something weird, you can see their attention shift. What they were able to determine is that for babies who were born in like the United States, when they hear odd rhythm, they're like, whoa. When they hear 7 4 time, they're like, whoa, what the heck is this? But for babies growing up in Macedonia or Greece or Turkey, they hear 7 4 time as just completely unremarkable, no more or less remarkable than 4 4 or whatever. And so then you're like growing up in this world where septuple time is either, if it's not a thing that you hear, then when you do encounter it, it sounds exotic and weird, or it sounds familiar and ordinary, depending on your enculturation. So yeah, I think that that is true. And, you know, it's interesting. Gustar points out in Pink Floyd's Money, there are these long saxophone and guitar solos, but David Gilmour's guitar solo is not in 7. The groove switches over to 4 because it's just really hard to improvise in 7 if you're a British rock musician. And Dave Brubeck says, okay, they do on Square Dance, they do improvise in 7, but Dave Brubeck was like, oh my gosh, it's really hard. Angine de Poitrine demonstrate that like it is possible for a Westerner to really get a handle on these kinds of grooves, but it takes a lot of rehearsal, a lot of practice. So should we be doing this practice? I mean, I don't know. Like, I think it's pretty fun. Like, I do love Estimated Prophet by the Grateful Dead. They have some other tunes in 7 that are pretty fun. And, you know, it's one of the things that makes their music so colorful and lively and fresh compared to so many of their baby boomer peers. Now, when you go online looking for information about this stuff, you get these like metal, prog, math rock musicians who are like, let's go learn Balkan rhythms in order to apply them to metal, math rock, and prog. And is that cultural appropriation? I don't know. I mean, I guess my feeling is if that's what you're going to do, that's cool. But then you should like know something about these rhythms. When I was younger, I would just be like, let's write something in 11/8 for the sake of writing something in 11/8. Now I would want to say, all right, well, let me like learn some Macedonian tunes and like have some respect for like the meanings of these tunes, maybe talk to some people who like play this music and who are from there. In the same way that I would want to approach hip hop or jazz or blues with the feeling that like I am a guest in the house and I want to be a good guest. Like I want to bring a bottle of wine and some flowers and not put my feet on the couch, right? And in addition to that feeling like of responsibility or an obligation, like it's also a pleasure. It's fun learning about other people and their music, right? Music is a really good way it's just a really effective way to connect with people who are different from you. It's a really good way to cross national, racial, ethnic, political, socioeconomic boundaries. To the extent that I have friendships that cross those boundaries, music is very often the connector. It's the thing that made the connection possible in the first place. And even within my racial, ethnic, socioeconomic, educational planet, music is still very often the thing that was the initial like spark of the relationship. So yeah, let's go make some Macedonian friends, Western musicians. Let's go find out what they're thinking. Because, yeah, man, their rhythms are so hip and we got a lot to learn from them. Thank you very much for listening.